Seek to speak.
So as time passes by, we can actually see that there's more and more women in college and workplace nowadays. In fact, there's an increasing number of women starting their own business, for example, Natasha, and thriving in their own respective area. When we talk about women, the idea of gender equality will always slip into our mind. Women are just the same as men. We are able to be a CEO, holding a management position, and also being on top of our class, while still being a mother, a daughter, a sister, a friend, and also a colleague and classmate. So we wear many hats actually, and when we put our minds to it, we can definitely do it. This makes a woman a multitasker. We value work-life balance or uni-life balance. And as we grow older, of course, our priority changes. But we continue to ensure that we strike the balance between personal and professional life. One thing that makes us different, and in fact, in my view, better than men, is that our EQ is actually higher. We are more empathetic, we're more empathic and more compassionate. We are actually able to lead when we understand the other person and able to put ourselves in their shoes. We continuously seek for clarity in our roles and responsibilities, be it in our professional setting or even at home. What are we going to do? Are we going to cook today? Or is there any homework to be done? So we continue to question ourselves for clarity, and these are actually essential leadership behaviors. Just to share some fun facts, did you guys know that there's 37 companies in Fortune 500 list have female CEOs? And there's 64 countries have female head of states or governments. And as at May 2020, 19 countries are currently being led by women. Those are amazing figures. But the question is it enough, or can we do better? Or what has causes this number to not improve in time? So it has always been perceived that men and women don't lead the same ways. Most industrial culture prefer men as they adapt easily to command and control, an approach that is still perceived to have provided little advantage to women, as we are expected to remain sequestered in the domestic world, venturing into teaching, nursing, or even as stay-home mom. It's one of the things to be labeled as a woman, but it's another thing to be labeled as Asian woman. So don't get me started on that point. So some women can't help but to question our ability, or we actually continuously seek for assurance from someone. So regrettably, women will tend to actually reject or show hesitation when they are being offered promotion or when it comes to negotiating salary increment. So this confidence gap have actually resulted in a lot of women still being stuck in their current role. So we definitely need to change this immediately. So I come up with some of the suggestions that I feel is also helpful. Which is, first of all, we need to constantly remind ourselves that we are doing well at where we are, and having the room or having a list of achievement is actually a very good start. But be sure to have a little room underneath that list so that you can continuously add it from time to time. You will then see that you have actually accomplished a lot, and then you can ask yourself, what's next? And secondly is to always have a female idol to look up to, because for me, when I wanted to do something, I will always see if this person have done it or such. For instance, I recently turned 30 and still being single, and I was constantly questioned, because being in the Asian surrounding and culture, I was always questioned as to why I haven't settled down yet. And normally I used to keep quiet. But now I always tell them, look at the female leaders around us, like Dr. Amelina Bakri, Meghan Markle, Amal Clooney, Melinda Gates, and also Jacinda Ardern. These are some of the female leaders who actually got married after 30, or probably soon to be married after 30, and they are still thriving in their career and also personal life. The next point I have is similar to Natasha, which is networking or building relationship from young. I totally agree with Natasha's point to continuously network. I believe some of us are still in university in this room, and I would encourage all of you to start creating programs in your faculty or community. I personally have done so since high school and in university, and when I look back, I'm so glad I did what I did, because the connection and the networking that I got have given me the confident boost that I have right now. And one of the other suggestions that I want to actually share is to stop using the words this guys or you guys, because to me it should always be we or us, to ensure gender equality, so that it doesn't always perceive that we women are always separated by men. And it's always good to make sure that everyone's equal, and you'll be amazed to see how much the small little things can actually impact the mindset. And last but not least, don't be scared to take that first step. Do what you want to do. Evaluate the pros and cons, assess the risk, and always take a chance when you are offered for a particular role, or when you want to venture into something. You will always know where, you don't always know where it might lead you unless you actually do it. So I'm going to end this with a quote from Yoda: there's no try, there's only do. Thank you.
Seek to speak.